Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today's video, I'm out riding at Shaver Lake. Today's video is going to be a ride and rant, and I'm going to be riding Cannonball and then Thunderstruck. And the topic for today's ride and rant is going to be if you should ever buy, or should you buy, a used bike. So I am going to give you guys my own personal experience on when I bought a used bike. So about a year or two before I had my transition relay, I actually bought a used Cannonball Supreme, a downhill bike. So the exact bike was a 2022 Cannonball Supreme DH. It was a full 29er. And yeah, I bought it secondhand from Pink Bike Marketplace for I think $3,000 or $4,000. Real quick, I'm going to show you guys, for those who are wondering how to get to access to Steam Donkey. That over there is Cannonball. As soon as you do that little pop-up on the rock, you'll see this trail to the left, and you'll see it'll take you all the way over here. Now, if you keep following this over here, I'm only just going to lead you guys to the trailhead. Right here, you can see this is where the trail starts. You can see it has a little rock jump. I'm not going to hit Steam Donkey today, but this is for the entrance, how to locate it. If you guys are ever wondering, or if anyone ever wonders, because this one is, it's not super, I don't think it's marked on Trail Forks. But for this video, I am going to hit Cannonball, so I'm going to go right over here. And here we are at Cannonball. When choosing to buy the downhill bike, I was really picky because I wanted something that was relatively newer and had never really been ridden hard. Because of course, downhill bikes, typically if you buy them after someone has raced them, they're gonna have a ton of problems and or they're just gonna be beat. So I had strict criteria, and the one that I had found was owned by an older gentleman, and he said he had only ridden about 5 times in the bike park. So the whole time I'm thinking, oh yeah, this is perfect because it's probably not been ridden hard and, you know, has plenty of life for me. I want to check out this line for a while. Sorry guys, so you drop down right there. I'm trying to find out a new line. I think I can go on top of that rock face. Yeah, you can go all the way up here. Oh yeah. So, go up on top of there. You can go down right here. Before, I would usually be on the slanted part, and I've washed out a few times right there. Okay, cool. So the bike had checked all the boxes off. It was relatively newer because at the time it was 2024. Yeah, 2024. It's a 2022 bike, so not that old. And I ended up buying it for $4,000. The guy didn't really want to pay a bike shop to pack it up, so he insisted that he would pack up the bike and he would send it to me. He had told me that he had sent off multiple bikes before and that he would just, you know, save money instead of going through a bike shop, even though, oh, smacked my motor, even though I really wanted to have a bike shop back it up for me. So when I get the bike, I noticed immediately that it is, like, the packing job was terrible. Oop, hold on. I want to stop and look at this. I wanted to stop and look at it, but I'm going to be quiet because I really want to focus. Ooh, there we go. That was like the scariest part of Cannonball. Alright. Anyways, so the guy had packed it himself. When I got it, I noticed that the packing, you know, it didn't really have that much, like nothing I don't think was super scratched up. There are a few bits. And you know, I just noticed that the box smelled a lot like, it had this funky weird smell to it. It smelled almost like an outdoor store. I don't know how to explain it, like maybe like a gardening store. I don't know where they got the box from, but immediately I noticed that the front brake wasn't working. It looks like it had leaked in the box, contaminated the rotors and everything, and it was just a complete mess. And then from there, I noticed that the wheels were super untrued. And, you know, after riding the wheels, after every, like, ride, they needed to be trued up. Nice. focus here. Wow, this trail is dusty. Log jump. Oof, went a little bit too far. That was sketchy. And also I noticed that the stem that he had the bars on, I noticed it was 35 mil bars, but the stem was meant for 31.8, and he didn't give me another set of bars. So I don't know how he was writing it in the past, but that alone was like, okay, that's weird. And then the guy had made the downhill bike a single speed. I'm not too sure why, but the cassette that he gave me, because it was single speed equipped, it was a road bike. I think like one of the top of the line road bike cassettes, which I was like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. So none of the parts were compatible. I had to buy a brand new cassette pretty much, but I mean, I think my friend from the bike shop got it hooked up, and then I had to buy a front brake. The wheels were super untrued. I had to buy a brand new coil for it, but I ended up spending almost like $700, and I bought it for $4,000, I think. So yeah, I spent about $4,000. So I had to dump an additional $500. And it's like, well, with that much money, you know, and also the bike was used. So, you know, it had a few scratches. The fork would need to be serviced sooner, along with the shock. So I was like, man, with and how much trouble it gave me, I was like, well, I should have just bought a brand new bike. And you might say, like, Christopher, why didn't you do your due diligence? Well, I mean, I did do my due diligence. You know, I made sure it was newer bike, but, you know, there's just some factors that, you know, maybe didn't bother the previous owner, but are definitely going to bother me, especially if I want to ride the bike, because I bought it for the sole purpose of riding up at China Peak, and I knew I was going to push the bike to its absolute limits. I'd asked him all the right questions and everything, but still ended up having to, you know, put quite a bit of money into the bike. So if you ever ask me again if I would buy a used bike, or if anyone would ever ask my opinion, I would definitely reconsider, just because even when the bike looks like it's in perfect, you know, perfect condition, you never truly know until, you know, you see the bike, unless of course, because I bought it online, couldn't really see it in person. I lived, you know, 2-3 hours away, and I wasn't really gonna drive, so I guess, you know, if you see the bike in person first, 100% would recommend that. But even then, like, things can go wrong, and with a new bike, you have the warranty to protect you. If you buy used, you don't really have anything to protect you. I mean, yeah, you can message them and ask if you can get a refund. Wow, that really needs to be cleaned up. But ultimately, you know, it's all sales final, and you can't really get mad if you get something faulty, because, you know, all liability will fall on you. Wow, this trail is running really dry, but it's running pretty good for being this dry. Typically, wouldn't expect it. Let's do this. There we go. Ooh. And, you know, of course, this is my own experience. If you maybe had a better experience, you know, if you're buying like from a friend, and you know that they meticulously care for the bike, then, you know, my experience is completely voided. But for those of you who are thinking about buying off a Pink Bike online, you know, definitely do your due diligence. Can't speak right now. Do a little hop. Ooh. Always scared of that last tabletop right there, because you miss it, and right here is, I've almost gone over a few times. Wow, that trail is running better than I expected, and I told you I could go faster, so instead of doing Thunderstruck, I might just do a second lap of Cannonball, and then we can hit the green trail below Cannonball. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I don't think I've ever shown it on the channel, so I'll probably link it or something. Alright, doing a second run of Cannonball. Alright guys, and just to reiterate, I'm not totally against buying used bikes. Just make sure, you know, you have all the Carfax pretty much. Make sure, you know the owner pretty well and they have meticulous records of what's been done, what's not been done. Don't go just off of word. You know, trust but verify, I would say, especially when buying, you know, an expensive bike. When dropping at least more than $3,000, or actually dropping any amount of money, especially on a mountain bike, definitely want to make sure you're buying something solid. Alright, I think I got this line down over here. Right here, drop down, go up, roll. Oh. Yikes, went off line right there. For those of you who follow for the transition relay, I think I finally solved it. The problem of it turning off, like when going through chunky stuff. Well, at least for me, it's the strap placement that I had. I noticed that if the straps were placed too high, it causes the battery to turn off. But I noticed when I have them placed lower, like in the middle of the bike, I don't really run into that issue as much. Here it comes. Oh yeah, nice. Oh yeah, it's about to be so blown out here. Whew. These holes are massive. I feel like I'm just riding in straight powder. It's crazy. Oh boy. Nice little pop. Brake for this jump. Nice. Oh yeah. Wow, that's running so good, so fast. So dusty. Wow, it has been a while since I've ridden this trail, so the arm pump is going crazy, especially with all these braking bumps. Oh. Dust zone. Oh boy. Oh yeah, wow. That is so dusty and just slipping out. Oh boy. Whew. Oh, wow. Oh, braking bumps. Whew. It's crazy how different this trail is compared to Thunderstruck. It's just a lot more steeper, especially in certain sections. You have to be a lot more careful. I noticed, like Thunderstruck is probably a little bit wider in certain spots. This trail, you really cannot be slacking, and there's really no there's points where you can mindlessly ride with some straightaways. On this trail, you can't. This trail, you have to be fully into it. I feel like always. And this trail definitely gets blown out a lot more. I would say just because of the braking bumps, and I feel like you definitely pick up speed way quicker just because it's steeper trail, you know. Oh yeah. Ooh. Rear wheel just sliding. Oh boy. Very nice. Oh, it's a big hole. Nice. Woo. Oh boy. Here comes that jump. Do a little sand, but nothing crazy. Nice. Man, that trail just keeps you on your toes the entire time. Just because it's steep, there's so many twisty turns. Man, I think that might start becoming one of my more favorites. But Thunderstruck and Cannonball are like two completely different animals. They're such good trails though. Alright, so now to get to Cannonball Meadow, which is right here, it'll be when you're coming up the Dogwood Trail, and if you just finished Cannonball, you're going to head to the left as soon as you exited Cannonball. You're right here is going to be Cannonball Meadow. It's a easier trail, still really good. There's some excellent berms on this trail. Yeah, so the entrance is not super, I guess, like marked, but once you come down Cannonball, you really can't miss it. Just look on the right side of the fire road if you're going down Cannonball, and look on the, if you're going up Dogwood, then look to your left hand side. All right, let's go. Whew, nice. Ooh, nice little kicker. Ooh, first corner. I always forget this corner right here. And then another corner right here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow, that is, there's a double right there. And if you want to, I've had someone not clear it before, so be careful. Beautiful corner, little gap jump. Oh yeah. Nice. Fun little jump. Ooh, rock section over the river, or a little stream. Another rock section. Ooh, nice. Looks like there's a drop right there. Corner. Little jump. Nice. Another little jump. Ooh. Right-hander. Oh yeah. Nice. Then a left-hander. Jump. Whew. Oh boy, wow, they're running fast. Oh nice. They built up that jump right there. Another little creek. And it'll spit you out. And right here, follow kind of like, looks to be like a fire road. You'll follow it down, and then you'll have to climb back up. I'll show you guys. All right, then you can go right, that split off, and you'll see there's these power lines right here. Pretty much gonna follow them, and you have to climb up this little bit up here. Right up here is the gate, and then you're gonna go past this, and then it'll lead you back onto the road, which you came down if you were riding, if you parked in the Thunderstruck parking lot. You're gonna follow this all the way down, and then to the right, you'll see the parking lot. Alright guys, and that's going to be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and let me know your input. If you have bought a secondhand bike and you encountered a great deal and it worked well. But yeah, let me know your guys' experiences, as I'm always interested. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the video, please give the video a like, helps out a ton. And if you guys want to see more content like this, consider subscribing. Thank you.